Hey, Scott, congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I mean, down 8-1, what's going through your head at that point?
It's not the way we drew it out tonight coming into the game. Certainly knew it was going to be a challenge for Robbie against that right-handed hitting lineup. They've got some kind of power. And I thought coming out of the chute, Robbie had really good stuff the first inning. Probably all the guys in their lineup to worry about. I was worried about Teoscar Hernandez today. That was the one I was scared about. And he did what he does. And Robbie wasn't quite able to get as deep as we'd hoped, but then you kind of go bullpen, you try to match up best you can, and put ourselves in a position that if we got a couple big hits, we would have a chance at the end of the game. And I really think the biggest hit tonight was the 3-run homer that Carlos Santana hit off Miza. That gave us a chance. We're down 8-1. It's a 3-run homer. It's 8-4. I'm starting to think, okay, maybe if we could put some zeros up and slow down their offense, we would have a chance to get back in it. But it's tough to come back. It's tough to come back in the playoffs against that team in this building. We were up against it, but credit to our players. We don't quit. We haven't quit all year. There's a certain resolve that our group has. They just believe in each other. And we talked about it coming into this series, that we were going to have difficult moments. We knew that. That's what happens when you play on the road in big games. And we were up against it tonight, but great games by a lot of our guys. I think the biggest thing for me is that we didn't try to do too much. We just try to keep the line moving is a common phrase we use around our club. And when you do that, you just focus on doing the little things. How do I get on base? How do I get a hit? And all of a sudden, we caught a break when JP, hit the soft liner, the bloop into center. 3-run score, you look up, we had tied the game. And, luckily we had an inning out of Munoz to go, and then we had a young stud at the back of it, George Kirby, who never pitched out of the bullpen before. But I figured he would step up, the adrenaline would be going, and he did a great job. So heck of a win, and really happy to have the opportunity to bring a playoff game back home to Seattle. It has been a long time, and our fan base is certainly deserving of it.
Scott, hi. Corey Brock with The Athletic. I'm apparently the pool member for the Seattle media at this point, so bear with me.
Okay.
Yeah, like you said, you guys ended the drought. This is twice in 8 days you've had this bubbly soak celebration. This is a game that you just don't see very often. When did it turn for you?
I think when the Santana hit the home run, I thought we had a chance, to get back into the game. But you got to throw zeros up. You need bullpen guys to step up. And, when we were down, it was kind of mapped out ahead of time. If we did get down, let's throw Seawald, let's throw Diego Castillo and see if we can keep it right there. And Paul had a rough outing tonight, very uncharacteristic of him. But the other guys behind him picked him up to give us a chance. Festa got us some big outs. Penn Murphy did a nice job to give us a chance. And then, Munoz dug deep. He threw a lot of pitches last night. They made him work tonight. It wasn't easy, but the 8th inning I thought was key. We had to shut them down at the top of their lineup in the 8th, and we were able to do it.
How key was it once you guys got Gossman out of there? Obviously, that splitty was very nasty, hard to pick up with his arm action and all that. But can you talk about the quality of at-bats after he left?
Yeah, I think, Gossman was on top of his game tonight, no question. We knew it was going to be tough coming in with all the splits he throws. And it's hard to – our hitters can't identify it. It looks just like his fastball. It's dropping off the table. He had a really good fastball tonight on top of that. When we got him out of the game, like I said, it kind of shifted when Carlos came through with the big home run. But the at-bats after that, a ton of credit to our guys. Just taking a single, taking a walk, doing what you can, hoping that somebody could find a hole. And like I said, JP, you need a little luck along the way. Let's be real. When you're down 8-1, you need a few things to go your way. And we got a big break tonight when that ball fell in front of Springer. So I hope he's okay. Certainly George's a great player. Seen him for years in Houston and competed against him. But tonight's about our guys and the resolve and just the determination they have. And it goes back to, I often talk about it, in professional sports, you really don't oftentimes have the bond that our players have. And I said it in spring training. I've said it throughout the season. Our team has the feel of almost like an amateur or a college team. We just play. We enjoy each other. We have fun. We keep it loose on the bench. And it didn't stop when we were down 8-1. Let's go. Let's get the line moving. Let's see what happens. And our guys did it.
Melanie in the back.
Yes, thank you.
Scott, you talked about having that hitters meeting at the midway point of the season, and then after that, of course, you had the scuffle in Anaheim and how that galvanized you guys a little bit. But really, when you look back at mid-June to now, how much has that clubhouse changed, and how have they changed?
Well, I think when you find out a lot, use the phrase or whatever, that adversity does not build character, it reveals it. And people look at me when I say it, we're tough, we can grind our way through this. But no, it really reveals it. When you're 10 games below 500 and you're having a meeting and you're getting guys to talk and open up and talk about where they're at, you find out what kind of character you have in the room. And in that meeting, in that day, I said, wow, we got more in here than I thought as far as the character of our group. And from Gino to Julio to Haniger to Carlos Santana at the time joining, to Frage, to JP. I mean, the guys are just, they buy in. They buy into each other and what we're doing and why we do it. So love managing this group. It's a fun group to be around, and they keep me on my toes. They don't have a problem giving me a hard time either. Yeah.
Scott, I'm sorry if you answered this already, but what does it mean for you, the team, and really the city and region that get a chance? You're going to play a home playoff game, especially with some of the crowds that we've seen with these games that really matter.
It means the world to me. I think when I took this job 7 years ago, you hope you get to the point you can get into the playoffs and then host a playoff game. Obviously, we weren't able to host this series, but to have opportunity to play in front of all the fans in the Pacific Northwest, and how long they've starving for this. And I will say tonight, the Mariners fans that was in the crowd tonight, I never thought I would see the day playing in Toronto when I heard "Let's Go Mariners," because so many times when we play the Blue Jays in our place, we hear "Let's Go Blue Jays." And when I heard that after we tied the game, I was like, whoa, this may happen tonight. It was pretty awesome. And credit to all the fans here, Mariners fans, it's stuck in there. Keep cheering. They were behind us. They've been behind us all year, and we appreciate it.
Go on the front row on the right, Scott.
Scott, Ian Harrison with Associated Press. Congratulations. I know you're celebrating this still, but as you look ahead to what's next, what do you see sort of ahead for you guys in this series against Houston? What are the challenges there?
Well, I said it when we clinched the playoff spot, that we were just getting started. There was big games ahead of us, and I certainly meant it. We were just getting started, and I think you're starting to see it come to fruition. And certainly have a ton of respect for the Astros. They have been there. We have not. But I do know to go to the World Series, you got to go through Houston. It's just where it's at. And we've played some crazy games down there. They had our number for a few years. We played a little bit better at times this year. They're really good. We understand that. We're really good. And I think, you respect everybody in the game. I certainly do. I know how hard it is. But our club fears no one. I truly believe that.
You spoke about the difficulty of winning on the road in the playoffs. This is the biggest road comeback in playoff history. What does it mean to?
That's awesome. That's what that means. It's awesome. And again, it's about the players. It's always about the players and their resolve, their willingness to just buy in and just keep grinding and grinding. Our team is the ultimate gritty team. We've had some guys have big years. We probably got the Rookie of the Year. We've had pitchers have had great years. I mean, what Cal Raleigh's done, unbelievable. But the whole group together, it's galvanizing. It really is. They believe in each other. I know I keep saying it. But when you live it every day and you see it, and I've been around a lot of teams. I've been in the game a long time. This one's different. And we're looking forward to getting to Houston.
Thanks for coming in, Scott, and good luck.
Yeah. It's all you.
All right, we'll open it up for Adam and JP. Go in the middle and the back. Or actually, back left to start.
Adam Jude, Seattle Times. Adam, you've been grinding all year, up and down season here with the Mariners. What does it mean to you, kind of come through in that moment for this team in this stage?
Yeah, it's been tough, but it's also been one of the most fun years I've had. So, just trying to help the team win any way I can, and to come through right there feels pretty good, especially to be down whatever we were down, and to have a chance there at the end was that meant a lot. So not for me, but for our team. And no, I'm just glad the ball fell. It's been a rough year with some luck, but no, just trying to put a good swing on one, and glad I could.
John Leatherby with AB Radio. Adam, when you take a look at your plate appearance there, what were you trying to do in terms of all those fans screaming? You're able to block everything out, just concentrate on the moment.
I was just trying to get hit. I didn't hear anything. it's, it's just noise. So, you know, those are the kind of moments you picture yourself in the backyard when you're a kid. So that was try to get some over the plate, put a good swing on one, and I'm glad it came through. But yeah, the fans are just a bonus.
Corey Brock with The Athletic. There were several points of this game you could really point to as, where the tide kind of turned. And Scott thought that Carlos's home run was one of them. I know we spent a lot of time talking about adding Luis Castillo at the trade deadline, but you guys picked up Carlos in June, and he's put together a sneaky good run for you guys, a number of key hits. Can you tell me a little bit about him as a teammate and just his contributions?
Oh, yeah. What he's done on the field this year is unbelievable, but to be honest, he's been a better leader. He came in, he made our team 10 times closer. He's such a good leader, man. And we played in Philly together. He took me under his wing over there. And then he got over here. I was so happy because I just know I have that older brother I could go to for anything. You have any questions, any advice or anything, you go to Carlos. And he was the guy who had the idea of the winning dance. And then, he gets everyone closer. It brings everyone closer together, and you need those type of guys on your team.
All right, go back to Corey.
Hi, Carlos. Can you talk about when you came over in the trade from the Royals? Certainly a team that wasn't really going anywhere, and what coming to Seattle did for you. Did it sort of reinvigorate your career, getting a chance to join a contending team, and how did you look at it?
Dice, ¿cómo se siente de venir de Kansas City, un equipo que casi no estaba peleando para nada, y luego venir a un equipo como Seattle que peleó para los postemporada y qué hizo para ganar?
No, para mí dile que fue algo maravilloso, ya que fue mi primera vez que me cambiaron durante una temporada y aquí, tú sabes, el propósito era llegar a los playoffs, ayudar a los muchachos, cómo ganar un juego, cómo jugar en conjunto. Eso fue una de las cosas, de las expectativas que yo tenía en la mente.
It was something good, something beautiful coming here because it was my first time being traded, during the season. So coming here and basically just kind of becoming that leader, seeing how the team came together, playing good and everything. It was just something great throughout the season that I was able to do.
In the front right.
Harrison with Associated Press. Your double there off Romano. Just sort of give us your view as you're watching that ball, a couple of guys converging on it. What's going through your head there?
What's going through my head, I was praying to the baseball gods to just let that ball sit and run into first base. And then if I seen the ball go to the side and I had to, haul my butt to second base. But I seen Frazier, he was gone off the first instinct of the bat. And, him scoring that was huge.
And for anybody, just the nature of this win coming back the way you guys, this is historic, the biggest road comeback in Major League Baseball playoff history, and you guys would have been satisfied with any result in your favor, but to do it this way, what does it mean?
It means everything. We could win this game. We could win any game.
Back in the back with Melanie.
JP, earlier before the game, you traded your signature for a bag of cotton candy. Has your price gone up now?
I sure hope so, and I sure would like some more cotton candy too.
Anybody else? All right, thanks for coming in, guys.